Hey everybody, I am back. I know y'all wasn't expecting me so soon, but yes, your girl is back. So, yes, y'all, I am really excited to have a YouTube. Like, it feels really good having a community, just being able to share things. My goal is to inspire and motivate. I know a lot of people need that, and I really truly believe I can help people with the little bit that I know, the little bit that I've learned along the way in my walk with God, in my life, and my journey. So yes. So today's video will be on celibacy. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, it's not a very popular topic, but I'm gonna be getting down to the nitty gritty. I'm gonna be listing pros and cons, and I'm going to maybe say things you probably heard before, things you maybe haven't heard before. So let's go ahead and get into it. So, oh, hold on, wait a minute. Let me pull my shirt up real quick. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Can't be doing that. Okay. So, celibacy. Now, some people will refer to this as abstinence, but I don't. And I will explain to you why I prefer to call my walk celibate versus abstinence. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and hop into the definitions. Abstinence, you're just not having sex. Celibacy is more of a commitment, it's more of a commitment to God. For me, it's me not dating, not going on dates, not having a man, just nothing about a man, focusing strictly on God, focusing strictly on my walk with God, like crazy about God, like um yeah, not perfect, but still, it's like giving God my all, and really like searching after him with my whole heart. That's the difference from abstinence and celibacy in my eyes and from my point of view. So I prefer to say celibate because I feel like if you're abstinent, you might still be dating, or, whatever. But when you're celibate, it's more of a commitment, like, yeah, it's more of a commitment. And then with celibacy, you're actually saying, okay, boom, in my eyes, in my opinion, I feel like, boom, I decided that I was going to be celibate until I get married. So it's like I'm going to wait until I get married to have sex again, okay? Um yes. So let's go into the pros and cons of celibacy. Pros. Actually, first of all, let's start off with the cons. Um, Cons. There's honestly not a lot of cons. There's way more pros than cons, period. But I will say one con, and that would be maybe being lonely. If you're always used to having a significant other, if you're always used to having someone cuddling or whatever, texting, talking, la la la, you might not have that, so you might be just real, like I've been real single, real single, but it's been really beneficial and I love it. But sometimes it's like, hmm, you know, so loneliness will be the only con. But then if you're busy and you're actually working and you got a kid and you ain't even gonna really have time to be lonely. So that will be the only con. And this is just me being very honest. Okay, so boom. And I will tell you the truth that the only time that I'm ever lonely is when I'm in my bed at nighttime. The whole day can go by and I'm like, never think about loneliness, never think about wanting a man, having a man, until I get in my bed and I'm like, oh, I'm lonely. I wish I had somebody to cuddle with me. Okay, so on past that, let's get to the pros. Okay, so we have, wow, a lot of pros to celibacy. Since starting my celibacy journey, I will not lie to you, I have made mistakes. I have fell down and got back up. The longest that I have been celibate is 2 years and 7 months. Woo! That's an accomplishment. So, yes. Okay. Number one, I'm going to go ahead and say this. When you are reserved and can't just anybody get you, and I mean, it feels good. It feels, I mean, you feel good about yourself. Like, you feel real good about yourself. Like, it feels good. It feels good, especially if you know you're not being treated any type of way. You're not selling for just anything. It feels good. You're gonna feel good about yourself because you're like, yeah, like, you can't have me, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to work a little harder for me if you do want me, you know. And it's a good feeling. I won't lie. I feel I feel woo, just knowing that I'm celibate and nobody can't just any guy get me, number one. Number two, you know, it's just I know my worth. I know my value. It's a good feeling. It's a real good feeling. It's honestly a good feeling. It feels real good. So that is a pro. Number two, the second pro would be, if it's not obvious enough, you don't have to worry about getting pregnant. You don't have to worry about STDs, diseases, or any of that. You don't have to. It's like you don't have to worry about those things that might stress you out whenever you are sexually active. You don't even think about those things. You're like, I mean, those things are just kind of, you don't have to worry about birth control. I've been living life without birth control. It's awesome. It's really awesome. Yes, it's a really blessed life. Like, first of all, birth control be messing up our body and stuff. Like, I don't think we supposed to be having no birth control because it's very unhealthy. But hey, it is what it is. But okay, so on to the next point. So the next pro that I will list is when you go celibate and you decide that, boom, I'm going to make a commitment with God. I'm gonna make a commitment with God to not date. Like Saul in the Bible, he was celibate. He didn't have a wife. He didn't date. His whole purpose, his whole mission was God. His whole focus was God, the kingdom. So that's kind of like where I'm at. So, and I don't plan on being here forever. I am going to get married one day. Just FYI, woman, gentlemen, your body is a gift to your husband. So your body is a gift to your wife. So if you got a banging body or whatever the case may be, that's a blessing for your husband, okay? The Lord loves your husband. That's a blessing for him, okay? So, yes, I don't plan on being single forever because, yes, so I'm celibate for now. Yeah, okay. I'm okay. Let me keep going. Okay. I got a lot of personality, y'all. Yes. So, boom. When you decide to make this commitment, God is faithful. First of all, He knows that it's not easy. Hold on, okay, boom. Where did I leave off at? Paul, yeah, Saul. So Saul, booyah, Saul, yeah. So he was celibate. So he was focused on the kingdom. That's kind of where I'm at. Boom. So that makes the difference in my eyes from abstinence to celibacy, because it's like with abstinence you could just be taking a break or whatever, but with celibacy is actually you're committed to God. You're committed to the kingdom, and you're like none of that other stuff matters. I'm sorry, y'all. I just put on some lip gloss, so I keep on wiping my lips. It is what it is. Just trying to make sure I ain't got nothing, white or crusty around there while I'm talking. Gotta redo the video. So, yes. Okay, moving on. So, when God sees us trying, okay, He knows, He understands us. He knows, like, you want to be loved. He knows you want to have someone, and He knows that it's not easy being single. He knows that it's not easy not having sex. He knows that. But it's like when you take that step and even trying to do things God's way, whenever you're just trying to do something that will please God, you know. And first of all, it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice because a lot of people, they're not living their life like this. A lot of people are not celibate, and not a lot of people are not willing to give up sex. You know, that's just the realistic thing, you know. Even getting saved, you know, a lot of people are just, it's hard. It's hard. God understands that. So when you do give up sex, you will be blessed for it. I feel like me giving up sex is one of, in sex and relationships, not just sex, but sex in relationships. Like me not dating, I wasn't dating, I wasn't having sex. I just had to focus on God for a little bit. Now, booyah, I have not been perfect in this journey, so I have made mistakes. Okay, fall down, get back up is okay. Okay, but like I said, me not having sex and trying to do things God's way, not dating, I really feel like it has blessed my walk with God and blessed my relationship with God. And that is also another reason why God uses me the way he does. And it's another reason why I can hear his voice so clearly, because I'm not filled up with a whole bunch of different spirits from him and her and him and whoever. So I don't have a whole bunch of junk inside of me. I'm keeping my temple pure for the Holy Spirit. You know, God dwells within us. The Holy Spirit wants to live inside of each and every single one of us. But if you're misusing your body, God is not about the Holy Spirit is not about to dwell in no unclean temple. It is what it is. Now, the Holy Spirit is not. Now, the Holy Spirit might be in you for a little bit, but if you keep on misusing your body, you got to think about what the Holy Spirit has to deal with. The Holy Spirit has to pretty much is engaged in those activities with you, you know. So I would say be very careful, you know, be very careful of how you use your temple. Okay, we will never be perfect, but it's all about your heart and your heart trying. You're trying to please God, like you're just trying to please God with all your heart, and that's where I have found my success, is trying to please God with all of my heart. Not perfect again, but God is so amazing. You know, I think it's a major accomplishment to have made it 2 years and 7 months without sex. Like, I think that is a real huge accomplishment for me personally. Um, yeah, so pat on my back. Ooh, you know. Um, okay. I love myself, man. I'm funny. Okay. So yes, and sex is very spiritual. We don't really have the knowledge, and we don't really know that sex is as spiritual as it is, because we just have sex. Oh, I like so and so, or oh, whatever, and you guys have sex, and you know, we have no idea of what they might be going through spiritually, what they might be battling. Oh, cause honey, if they're battling demons, you can best believe you're going to be battling demons too. As soon as you have sex, it's a connection. Mm. The two flesh become one. It is a connection. I don't care if it's just a one night stand. Y'all still making a connection. It is what it is. Sex is very powerful. Sex is very powerful. That's the same with soul ties. You know, soul ties, you be going crazy over him or her, and you're like, what's going on? I don't even really like them like that. But guess what? Y'all done had sex. Now y'all building this marriage connection. Sex is, I understand why they say wait to have sex until marriage, because sex is very powerful. It's powerful. So you having sex and you building this marriage connection, and those soul ties are being built, and it could be very toxic and all that, and then you wondering like, why is it so hard for me to leave this person alone? Why? Yes, because y'all having sex. Yeah, and that y'all building this connection, y'all, you know what I'm saying? And then it's a lot, you know. But boom. So that's a reason to be very careful about who you give your body to. You know, if you give your body to the wrong person, and now you have this soul tie with this person, and it's not healthy for you or for them. And for a lot of times for a lot of us, it's hard to leave. It's hard to leave toxic situation. You can know a situation toxic and don't have the strength to leave. Don't just dumb. Okay, you don't want to be that person. You know, I've been that person. You don't want to be that person, okay? Moving on. So back, I'm gonna reverse it just a little bit. Back to the spiritual side of it. Okay, listen. If he's depressed, if she's depressed, you have sex with them, you're depressed. If they, it's literally a transfer. It's a transfer happening. It's a transfer happening, and this is just my opinion, but I feel like, let's say somebody's just having sex with a lot of people, and they got all of these different spirits that are coming into them. They have all these different things they're battling, and you know what I'm saying, because they're just opening up their body and their spirit to any and everything. You know, they don't care. They have no, you know, they don't care. They don't care about their body or their temple, and you have sex with them. You know, you, first of all, you're gonna be battling all of that stuff. But guess what? Until that person gets delivered, I feel like they carry all of that with them. You know, until they get delivered, and you know they get purified. You have to. God has to come and purify your temple. You know, once God purifies your temple, then you will see a change. You will see a change in everything. Once your temple is pure, and I really feel like that's the major thing with celibacy. And like I said, that's why I feel like I've been so blessed to be able to hear God, to be able to just experience amazing. I my journey with God is nothing short but amazing. It's amazing. I live an amazing, blessed life, and it don't got nothing to do with money, finances, none of that. It's just amazing, just knowing God, seeing God, hearing God. It's amazing. God be blowing my mind. He's funny too. It's amazing. It's really like that, you know. But I feel like I wouldn't be where I'm at in my walk with God if I wouldn't have not had sex, if I would have not been dating. And I would be lying to you if I told you it was always easy, because there was some times where, I'm so sorry y'all, scratching my nose, forgive me, not perfect. So there will be times where maybe a guy was pursuing me, and I, you know,